Greetings from Bermuda, this is BD Alami, welcome back to Loop Hero, and in this episode we are going to take our first crack at Chapter 3. So I think I've spent all the resources I can. I don't think there's anything I can afford, so nothing left to do there. But what I do want to do is we unlocked some new cards last time, so we're going to try and build a better deck. But first, what have we unlocked? The Arsenal. A central hub for the true masters of Warcraft. They can teach anyone to fight with any weapon, unlocks an additional equipment slot, but reduces item quality by 15%. Okay. Storm Temple. A place of worship for the ancient god of lightning. His name is long forgotten. Strikes 2 random targets in its range with lightning every 5 seconds. Lightning cannot be evaded. Effects of multiple temples can stack. I assume that's enemies and not me. But maybe it's not. Who knows? Forest. I think Forest, nobody knows who or what could be lurking inside. It makes you a bit nervous. Plus 1% hero attack speed. Okay, so let's try and make some sensible decisions. So I'm going to go with the warrior first. So I'm going to start building out different decks for the different character sets as well now, which I've not really been doing before. But I think we probably need to do that now. We're going into chapter 3, otherwise we'll probably lose horribly. So the warrior is all about tanking and regen and vampirism, I guess. Which means that we definitely don't want the swamping. What else? We probably don't want the ancestral Krypton because he gets plenty of health from his chest armor, so that seems like a bad thing. I will keep the arsenal in though. Feels like overall that must be a net benefit, surely. And it's the first time I've got it, so I kind of want to try it. As for the other stuff, I don't know. What is good, what is bad with the warrior's style of play? The rat wolves are kind of nasty. They were kind of nasty in chapter 2, and they're probably only going to be worse now in chapter 3. So I'm almost tempted to take that out. But we'll see. Wheat fields give us more healing from villages. But if we've got regen and vampirism, that's less important, and the scarecrows are pretty nasty, so I think we're going to get rid of the wheat fields. Swampy Sloth, how you doing? Yeah, I noticed that the other day. Like, oh my god, the pressure. Really? Nobody else is playing? Yeah, I guess it's kind of good. Yeah, I was streaming the other night and had like, I don't know, 9 viewers at one point, which was just insane. Like, I'm a very small streamer, usually don't get anywhere near that many viewers. So it was like, what the heck's going on? I hadn't even been raided or anything. And chat was deathly silent as well, which is always scary. But yeah, I don't know. I'm at chapter 3. I'm by no means an expert in this game. But I've been getting quite a few good tips on YouTube as well. So I'm going to try and put some of those into action and see if I can do a bit better. Lucky for me, you count as 10 people. Excellent. Great. Good. Well, feel free to jump in. Have you played a lot of the game yourself? Yeah, I'm always happy for people to backseat. That's totally fine. I got no problem with that. So yeah, feel free to venture your opinions. Ruins, they're fine. We can spread them out. Thanks. Okay, I'll try and do that. Some runs are more or less successful with that. I've really been having the best luck with the warrior and the necromancer. The rogue, I still struggle with mightily. Did not defeat the chapter 2 boss with the rogue, and kind of not inclined to try again. But I don't know, we'll see. You've never played the game, but that tends to work for you in games. Okay, cool. All right. Well, if you want me to explain anything as well, just feel free to ask. I'm happy to kind of go over the basics of how the game is played or kind of what I'm doing at any time. So yeah, just jump in. Okay, spiders. You'd be a necromancer main because that's the coolest class. Yeah, I think the necromancer is probably my favorite class. I gotta say, just being able to summon skeletons is really handy. But it does feel like the different classes are better or worse against some of the bosses. So like the boss of chapter 2 put up a load of shields, and having multiple allies that could take down those shields separately was super useful and made that fight almost trivial. Whereas with the warrior, it was well, yeah, I never beat her. Yeah, I never beat her with the warrior. In fact, I got to her, but never beat her. Your girlfriend is grumpy. What is my advice to it? Don't ask me for advice on women. That's no. I have no idea. Pay her more attention, probably. Vampire we're going to keep. We're going to try and create... Are we going to try and create some ransacked villages? Maybe. We'll keep it in for now. Battlefields we'll keep, but I'm going to spread them out more than I have been up until now. 2 battlefields next to each other will create blood clots, and they are horrible. So we should avoid them. Bloodgrove. We'll keep Bloodgrove. Yeah, I think as we go from chapter to chapter, the number of cards we can have in our deck increases, which is not... Yeah, we don't necessarily want to be up at the max, but we'll do that. Actually, what we don't want... Okay, and we've taken out his beacon. We don't want to hurry our progress up if we're relying on regen to heal. Road Lantern I'm keeping. Chrono Crystals. Doubles the effect of a day's passing on the tiles around it. Yeah, you see that? I don't know. I don't think that's just going to mean enemies pop out faster, isn't it? I haven't quite got my head around the Chrono Crystals and what classes they're good to use with those. We'll leave those out. Desert, I think, is... I'm struggling to find the use of desert as well. I think I saw somebody online sort of saying the desert with the river is good, but I've not unlocked the river yet, so that's kind of moot at the moment. Meadow, I do like... although, again, people have been saying take the forest over the meadow. Or, no, forest over rock, I think. Attack speed, but is attack speed important for the warrior? Not necessarily. Excellent, glad to hear it. Yeah, not necessarily if that means, well, I don't know, God. If it means I kill stuff faster than that, then I regen less. God, I don't know. I'm gonna take the forest just because I've just unlocked it last time, so I'll take that as well. We'll take that because it's new. Keep the treasury because we like it. So I guess we'll stick with this. This is probably too many cards. But it'll do for now. It'll do for now. Let's give it a go. Alright. Go. Warrior. Chapter 3. So enemies now have 2 to 3 abilities. Their strength is increased. Their strength growth is bigger per loop. But we get more resources and we've got more max amount of a resource, which is good. Alright. Let's go. Do I want to fiddle with these? Trait deck. Nah, let's just leave all of those in. Are these different according to the character we've got selected? I thought last time they were a different color. We select a rogue. Yeah. Are they actually different abilities? Yes, they are. Okay. I hadn't appreciated that before. Necromancer as well? Yeah. Huh. Alright. Cool. God. Things I'm still picking up. Alright. Let's go. Okay, Arsenal. Unlocks additional equipment slot, reduce item quality by 15%. Let's do it. We have to put it next to the road somewhere. Okay. Guess it doesn't matter. Put it there. Equip our starting items. Okay, now what's he doing? Thick slime. When hit, gives the attacker the thick slime debuff, minus 10% damage until the end of battle. Does not stack. Okay. So basically we're just doing less damage against slimes. I wonder why. Thicket. It's so thick not even a single sunbeam can pierce it. Only the fastest can survive here. Plus 2% hero attack speed. Okay, that seems good. Oh, right, okay. So it's a general buff. Okay, sure. Meadow. Will that get a flowering meadow next to a thicket? Yes, it will. I should probably equip this stuff. Okay, we now unlock the helmet slot. Retaliation damage and pure damage. Okay. 3 to 5 is worse. 3 to 5 is worse. Regen per second. Okay. Oh, I could also be waiting to play these as well, just to make it quicker to get the treasury out, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's too much of an issue. Let's put that there. Put that there. Spider cocoon. Fence 3, worse, worse, worse. Okay, mountain. Spider grove again. How long does it take the spiders to... Oh, what just happened there? That was weird. That was very weird. Chainback12, hello, how are you doing? The game just minimized itself for some reason. No idea why. I'm not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. Have you played a lot of Loop Hero yourself? Grove, wait, Grove. Okay, the Groves are fine for now. God. Okay, defense, damage to all. Defense. Rubbish. Oh, you lost all your save files for your games? Oh no, how far through had you got? Okay, so Thicket is like a better version of the forest. I should probably also be trying to make a... I don't know if it's like a 3x3 of forests or a 3x3 of thickets does stuff. But in case it does, let's plan for that. Storm Temple strikes 2 random targets in its range with lightning every time. Okay, so... Whoa, that is a funky thing. Huh. Interesting. Alright, God, interesting. Well, that covers probably the most ground, right? So let's try it there. Put it in line with the woods. With this. Yeah, I was yeah, I was thinking about that. Just paying years of gameplay gone. Oh, forest. The Storm Temple? Put the Storm Temple in line with the forest? Okay. Next time. Yeah, Storm Temple is new for me this run, as is the forest, as is the thicket. So still learning the what the interactions are. Sets it on fire and changes its effect. Okay. We are not getting much equipment. Okay. Let's limit that for now. Cemetery. Let's put that next to the village, and then the crossbow can help us with that. True damage. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, we want this in a spot where ideally... Yeah, that's... Okay, position those badly. Stick it there. Wait, what is this thing spawned here? Oh, so that's the arsenal. Okay. It's like... I put it there. Okay, what have we got? Retaliation damage 4, pure damage. Okay. Let's keep the regen. I guess, yeah, maybe this is why our items are kind of crap here, because we've got the arsenal. Forest Meadow. Vampire Mansion. Should I put that here? Would really make my life hard, but at least I'm getting help from the village. Or we could hold on to it until we get a village. Yeah, for the ransack village and then the Count's lands. Yeah, I don't have one at the moment. Let's hang on to it for a little bit longer. See whether we get one. I need to be putting stuff along that line there now that I've got this Storm Temple thing. Okay, mountain. Forest. Oh, yeah. Burned forest. Trees that were struck by lightning and burned to ashes are filled with a new power, plus 0.5 pure damage. Okay. Thicket. Is that now going to stop? I don't know whether I think the forest... I don't know. I'm guessing that a 3x3 of the forest turns into something else. Although I don't know for sure. But now maybe that's going to stop that. Just immediately oblivion the Vampire Mansion. Oh, after it's gone to a ransacked village, you mean? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Although, if you can handle the fights, killing more stuff is good, right? The fire doesn't spread. Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering whether, like, if I make a... Yeah, because this is now a burned forest, is that, like, different from... I don't know. Whoever. Whatever. We will find out when we do it. I'm not going to worry too much about positioning at the moment. I do kind of want to know if something happens, though, so... Let's plan on doing that. Let's put a rock. There. I seem to be killing stuff surprisingly fast. We'll do the meadows up here. Oh, God. Arsenal really is making these things rubbish. Blood Grove, let's put that there. This might be... let's do it. Probably should have waited. Just gives it time to spawn more stuff, right? 73, that's worse. God. Okay. Forest. Thicket placement doesn't matter. And I'm going to wait until near the end of the run to finish. Well, am I? I might. Nah, I can probably handle one. I was thinking of limiting the number of harpies that I have to deal with. Ooh, okay. Some good equipment. Retaliation damage 9. Damage to all 2. Evasion and vampirism. Sure. I'll take that. Defense 5. Damage to all. Okay. Wait, does this thing blast things even out of combat? Dunno. Spiderweb reduces attack speed. Let's keep the damage to all. Smoked ham. What was that noise? A village? A result of the forest's attempt to understand human civilization. Spawns a wooden warrior every 2 days. Appears on the road for every 10 forest or thicket tiles. Okay, interesting. Can we put a vampire mansion next to that? Let's do it. Did not do anything. I can't tell either. I'm not dead yet, so hey, that's a good thing. Let's finish this off. Why not? No. For the village, right, okay. Yeah. As I discovered. That's okay. I find learning things by doing as well. What if we blast the rock? Does that do anything? Nope. Okay, these guys. 301. Hang on. More defense. Lose the damage to all. It's my defense. 5 at the moment. Yeah. Well, that's just better. Retaliation damage 10, pure damage 2, attack speed and regen per second. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe more defense is good, so let's swap that out. 295, 296, 297, okay. Let's try another cemetery there. Hey, Debonair. I did kind of think of you. I thought I probably should play some Loop Hero tonight. Debonair's turned up the last 2 nights and I haven't been playing Loop Hero, so... So you did partly influence my decision. Good evening. How you doing? How's your day? Let's not go crazy with the cemeteries. I kind of want to put a vampire mansion there, but I think I'll regret it if I do. So let's wait for the village. Well, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Hey, another storm temple. Actually, why didn't I not put this thing here? Oh, because I can't. Right? Yeah, I can't. You just watching the Necromancer run on YouTube? That was a satisfying run. I don't know. You should spoil it if you've not got to the. Did you get to the end? Yeah, that felt good. I like the Necromancer. I think the Necromancer is probably my favourite, especially now I know that attack speed increases the speed at which he summons his skeletons as well. Goblin camp. Am I just going to nuke that now? I'm just going to nuke that now. I don't like goblin camps. Not yet? Okay. I won't spoil it then. But I was very happy with that run. It definitely worked out well. Storm Temple. What do I want to do with another Storm Temple? I mean, I could burn down more forest. I don't know. Let's put it there or something. Oh, I did. That was a thicket there, wasn't it? So thicket becomes a burned forest as well, I guess. I've been kind of doing it in order, so like warrior, rogue, necromancer. Maybe I'll go crazy and mix things up and do the necromancer next, but I'm probably only going to get a chance to do one run tonight, but we'll see. Yeah, you know, I've thought about that. Hang on, let me alt tab. Unfortunately, the music dies when I alt tab. I wish games would keep music going when you alt tab. Also, the text goes weird as well. It's gone really small in the background. I don't know why. Yeah, I could move this, couldn't I? I could probably move it like there. Would be better. That's not covering up too much. It's kind of hard. But yeah, at least you can see the stats there. Let's try that. All right. Ruins. Need to keep them away from other stuff. I guess that's the wooden warrior. Let's put that there. Cool. Okay. I could also not put any scenery in that corner initially as well. No worries. Yeah, thanks for suggesting it. I keep thinking about that. It's like, I probably should move it. And then every time I play, I forget. Trait! Card sharp. 10% chance to keep the card after placing its tile. Blade of Dawn. Every morning, the hero's sword is filled with sunlight, causing its next attack to deal double damage to everybody. Or 10% chance upon hit of stunning target for 1 second. I kind of think I'd rather have something that procs more often than this that's just going to go once per day. So I'm going to take Shield Master. Damage 12 to 18, damage to all 3, Vampirism 4, that's pretty good. 10 to 16 and 4. So more defense, but damage to all and Vampirism. I guess, yeah, my Vampirism and regen are pretty low at the moment, so I should probably take that and boost them a bit. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Arsenal, Debonair? I'm kind of trying it for the first time because I've got it. It feels like on balance it's probably a good thing, even though it reduces your item quality. Just having that extra slot is probably good. Shieldmaster is nice if you get a high counter with at least some damage to all, because it gives it more chances to proc. Right, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what damage you do. That's a good point. Okay. Thicket. Pure damage or attack speed for the warrior. I guess again attack speed, right? Because then that's more chances for Shield Master to proc. So let's try not to set that on fire. I'm giving myself a hard time if I put that out. Let's just hold off on that for a second. The extra slot is absolutely worth it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I figured it must be. These fights seem to be going surprisingly fast for the warrior. Yeah, especially on Rogue, yeah, for sure. God, god, Rogue is still a class that I've just not got my head around at all. Regen per sec 1, evasion 7, lose the attack speed. What's my attack speed now? 22%. I don't know. Evasion. How much does the warrior care about evasion? Not so much, I guess. So maybe stick with what we got. 378. Going in. Okay. Take a bit of a beating. Hey, Brooke Little Toe, how you doing? Welcome back. No worries, life got messed up. Life, that happens. Do much better with Rogue now that I've got Arsenal the Amulets. Oh, does it? Awesome. Okay. Good. Wait, will this set a meadow on fire as well? No. Which is, wait. Yeah, no. It's fine. I don't know, it doesn't matter too much. Wait, what? Out of the way! I need to... Wait a minute. Why do you look like me? I am your biggest fan. The tree spoke so much about you. They even made me in your honor. I would be glad to get out of your way, but I'm afraid I can't walk. You see, I've grown here. Literally. I see. Cut me down, cut me down. I don't want to put you to work, but it's really the only way. Cut harder, because I'm gonna fight back. What? I'm very sorry, but the forest saw how you fight, so it's part of me now. Believe me, I don't want to hurt you, but I can't go against the will of the forest. You say so. Is this a good place to cut? Wooden warrior, doppelganger. 100% chance to counterattack. Spikes when attacked directly deals 16 damage to the attacker. Frig. Hardening gets +1 defense for 3 seconds after being hit. The effect can stack. He sounds kind of scary. Okay, 333 going in with a vampire as well. Because I thought it'd be a good idea to put a vampire here. Okay, 333. To 227. Oh God, okay. Well, I didn't expect this kind of gratitude from the world for remembering it. Just as I didn't expect such a nice conversation from a piece of wood. He was a nice guy. May his ashes rest in peace. Or his cinders. Okay, and he will be coming back every 2 days. Okay. Alright, we have a village. Let's put that there and get some healing benefit from it. 229. Oh, big improvement to armor, holy. Yep. Is that better than the counter? But it's a lot less hit points. I don't know. Stick with what we got. Kind of getting a bit beaten up. 11 retaliation damage. Lose that stuff, so no. Nope. Nope, I think we're good. Thicket. Okay. Wait, was I putting thickets up there? Oh, they didn't matter, I don't think. Meadow there. is it not going to get torched? I guess there. Okay. 16. Okay. You never reached chapter 3 in the early access? Okay. I assume you've played it since though. You must have reached level 3 by now, right? Well, I'm assuming you're an expert and you've beaten the game. $19 going in. Okay, that's all right. Another meadow. Let's put some more stuff up here, up there. Do I want a vampire mansion this now? 3 more leaps. I mean, I guess. Although, given it's my only village, I don't know. Let's see how we do before we get back here. 290 Bloodgrove. That's the only place I can put it. $280. Okay, I got hit by lightning. No, oh, you just started playing again. From my videos reminded you of it, and you haven't spent too much time on it since you've played the PC version of Rune Factory 4. Okay. All right. Well, cool. Welcome to chapter 3 then. I feel like my health is kinda low. Kinda low. What can I do about that? Could swap attack speed, more regen and more evasion. But reduces my chance to stun. I don't know how you trade off stats like this. Got nothing else with vampirism or regen. Let's do it. Nine, 11, nope. Wait. The rock. Okay. Armor, max hit points down a fraction, damage to all the same, vampirism 7%. Okay, Debonair, how do we assess what's better? 1.5 regen per second or 7% vampirism? It feels to me like in general, regen per second is better than vampirism because you get it out of combat as well. But, and even in combat, what would that mean? I'd have to be doing 150. No. I'd have to be doing roughly 20 damage per second. But then I guess, yeah, you get the benefit of if you've got a lot of damage to all, that would help with that. Kind of need like some, well, I guess So like some kind of heuristic as to like, you know, what is worth trading off, like 0.5 regen per second per every 5% of vampirism or something. But I don't know. I don't know how to assess that. So let's stick with what we got for now. Okay, back up to 662 is decent. It's like it's so slow to make progress along here. But maybe that does get slower, like the higher chapter you get. Toss up. You'd normally say that Vamp is better because you've got more attack speed than evasion. Oh, but since my board isn't very populated, so I've got lots of regen time out of combat, right? Right. Okay. Well, we'll stick with what we got. But do another grove. Let's put the ruins there. Sure, let's get the grove out. Oh god, gargoyle. 673. God. Yeah, they did a fair chunk of damage. Ring, counter 6%, evasion, down a fraction, vampirism 5%, rather than 1% regen per second. 1 regen per second. The counter helps with that as well. And we have no counter at the moment. So I'll swap it. Village, okay. Let's get a village in between these guys. Oh wait though, then if we get the... what is it? Goblin? Yeah, the second village we are going to get a, what is it? No, a bandit camp next to it. Which will then be bad because then both of these guys will be joining in the fun. So... place more things in chapter 2 than 1 to reach the boss. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I definitely noticed that in chapter 2. It was getting much slower. It was almost to the point where it's like, God, do I even have the space to like place more stuff? I guess it's kind of like stuff around the outside of the board. Got to do a lot more of. Because I felt like I'd almost filled up my road at one point. I don't know. We don't want... No, we're not going to put it next to the ruins because we don't want those guys joining in. So... we could... is it worth Vampire Mansioning 1 still? Maybe. And then use the other one as an actual heal. But I don't want to. I kind of want to nuke that one, but I can't. Well, let's just keep going. See how my health holds up. Not super well. Defense 13. Oh, it's just better on everything. Damage to all, regen, and evasion. It gives us a little bit more vampirism. Yeah, no. Rock. Meadow. Or 33. Do we pop another ruins out? Can prevent bandicap spawns if you place a roadside object on both sides before placing a village. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so like we could place something there and then place the village there. I guess that stops the spiders from spawning as well. Thicket, thicket, thicket. Like I want to try making a 3x3 of thickets as well. See whether anything happens with that. Okay, go. Okay, daybreak out. Okay, what do we got here? Damage 16 to 24, defense 1, 2.5 regen per second. Must be better than 4% vampirism. Lose the damage to all, but I still got other damage to all, so that is probably a good thing. The ring. Slight decrease in counter, slight increase in evasion. Lose vampirism, get attack speed, get pure damage. It's got one more star on it. Though we are losing healing. Much easier to do once you unlock the book card thing. Bookery? Yeah, I've seen talk of a bookery. Have not unlocked that yet. Let's not do that. I feel like I need the health. Really want to put that village down, but I can't. Oh, two of these guys. This feels like it could be bad. Let's put the village... Oh no, if I put the village there, it gets ransacked immediately by the vampire. So let's not do that. Oh god. So yeah, vampire and two of these guys. 445 going in. Trait. Blissful Ignorance. Article of Protection. After receiving this trait and at the start of every leap, the hero receives 65% of his max hit points as Phantom Shield. Blade of Dawn every morning, blah, 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 blah. Assuming I survive this fight. We seem to be struggling a bit with healing at the moment. Well, but this is just like effectively like an extra hit point pool. Let's do Blade of Dawn. Did we just get a Blade of Dawn immediately? Or something else kind of cool happened. Okay, Forest. Okay, a 3x3 Forest does nothing. Okay, fine. Storm Temple. Let's get another Storm Temple out. Where? I mean, I guess we could put it up. We can put it on the same line, right? And then get double the benefit. This row is definitely the roughest. Let's do that. I still can't stop the bandit encampment spawning. You know what? To heck with it. I'm just going to put a village there. Hopefully we'll get an Oblivion that we can nuke that with at some point. Meadow. Okay. 65. Damage down, counter up. Nope. Another village. Is it worth turning one into a ransacked village? We've got no nukes. Okay, let's just do this. How much are these healing for? 40. It's not that much. Let's get rid of those spiders. digital. Nope, 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 nope. Another grove. Oh god. I need to be putting stuff out, but I'm not sure. Not on the 5th league with no lanterns in play. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, too late. Oh, I feel like it's going to take me ages to get up there. Like, I feel like I need to be putting this stuff out, but I'm not convinced that I'm doing well enough to survive. So I don't know what you do at this point, whether you just... Yeah, I mean, the more loops you do, the worse things get, so... We want to get through it quickly. We've got a lantern there. Could pop a grove there, I don't know. 475. So wait, forest is the attack speed, that's the pure damage. Place the mansions in places where they only cover 2 squares that don't have anything special in them. So just as a way to... What's it like there or something? As a way to get them out, but not actually have to fight anything. I mean, it feels like at some point that I'm gonna... Well, I guess it gives us time to get some Oblivions that we can nuke them with. Oh, but when you nuke something with an Oblivion, you lose double the progress that you got by placing it out. Is that right? Preferably by ruins. Preferably not by ruins, right, yeah. Yeah, so up there was fine, right, but not down here. How much progress does that give us? Oh, sliver. Do there as well. But what are we getting by doing that other than a little bit of progress and the prospect of vampires in future? I mean, I'll do it anyway, but... Oh, another one of them. Shoot. Forgot that happens when you place the enough forests. Okay. To 19 pure damage, attack speed, regen per second. Losing the benefits of my stun. Okay, battlefield. Let's not put it next to an existing battlefield. So we could put it up. Up there. Helmet, retaliation, damage and evasion. Pure damage 2, attack speed 10%. Regen 1.5. Losing 5% evasion. 5% vampirism. In exchange for some regen. The attack speed helps with the stuns. Maybe that's worth doing. Although then we lose all our counter as well though. So no, probably not worth doing. Grove. I think I got the resource. Okay, Road Lantern. Wait, what is he? Oh, that's that flesh golem. What causes them to spawn? Goblin camp there. Road Lantern that. I don't know, sure. It's not agonize. Flesh golems spawn once a blood grave has eaten enough creatures. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. I wonder if it would be worth, I mean not now, but in general creating accounts lands right next to the campfire. At least we get the crossbowmen helping us with it. Maybe. Meadow. Thicket. I could put that there. I could put it there. Or there. $876, back up to max health. Okay, that's good. There's something dreadful mentioned in the grave description. They do hit low like a truck, but slowly. It's worth the help they give. Okay. Cool. May spawn something dreadful. No, let me see. Right, okay. Now I get it. Okay, we got 18 to 26. Damage to all 6. Evasion 5, but lose 2.5 regen per second. keep my regen. Unless Chapter 3 gave them a really bad ability, no idea on anything's Chapter 3 ability. Yeah, I haven't really been looking. Probably should have been looking. Okay, we'll take a look in the next fight. Okay, another Storm Temple. Where do we want you? What is that? No, that's not 2 Flash Golems. I guess if we put you there, you could help with a bunch of stuff. So let's do that. What do I want to do with this village? Hang on to it for now, I think. Oh, my ability triggered. The wrong time. Defense 16, pure damage 2, Vampirism 7%. I would still have some damage to all. I think I'll keep what I got. So what's this one? I think Nimble ignores damage to all. Many Storm Temples covering the tiles with the wood soldiers, yeah. Yep, sounds like a good idea. Keep forgetting what that turns into, okay. Nope. Trying to think about where is in general a good place to put a grove. We seem to be doing okay against them this run. I guess, yeah, we got a road lantern here. Let's put another one there. 24. What's the harpy got now? Force. I'm assuming these buffs are in order. So hardening gets +1 defense for 3 seconds after being hit. The effect can stack. 12 temporary defense. And then the slime is the viscous body, so when hit gives the attacker thick slime debuff. Minus 10% damage till the end of battle. So I guess we could put this here to get it out, but not have. Well, actually, no, we would be dealing with the spiders there. Can we put it somewhere where it will let us get the village out? Also, should we get rid of the vampire here? This kind of feels like a bad thing to have. Let's get rid of that. In fact, then we could do that and that. Shoot. Thought it spawned next to the village that you put down. I guess not. Okay. Bandit camp. We'll leave it for now. We could nuke it later. Okay, those spiders are getting a little bit challenging. Battlefield. Battlefield. Oh shoot. Oh no, that's alright. Meadows fine there. Battlefield. Okay, so you said don't worry too much about ghosts. You'd have nuked the thicket rather than the mansion. This thing. A village, question mark. I guess. Yeah, lose the warriors. Good point. Oh well. We do have another Oblivion. We could still nuke it. See how we do next time we get there. Where's a reasonable place to put this? Is there any downside to putting it near a vampire mansion? Let's find out. I don't think so. $504 going in. Max hit points up by quite a lot. Pure damage, 4 damage to all, 6. Regen per second, 1. Slightly down. But overall, an improvement. Ah, no. Slimes. Not much I can do about that there. Let's put this somewhere where it's not going to get burned. And go. To 24, the same damage to all 3. Counter and evasion, but I lose my big regen, so no. 15, defense 1, attack speed 7%, counter 8%. Lose 1 regen per second. And lose 2 damage to all, which we can cope with. Bigger attack speed, bigger counter will help. The stun proc. But losing evasion. The Worm's new ability is Desperate. Unit's damage value is multiplied by a % of its missing hit points. Okay. So it deals more damage the more damage we do to it. Which is not too bad given it's got reduced damage in close combat, and when it's fighting ranged, we're not damaging it anyway. So doesn't seem like the worst thing ever. I don't know. pin that maybe later. Damage to all. Yeah, I can't give up the regen. Don't think. Okay, 2 of these dudes. Yikes. 447 going in. Ripes. 200 damage. I've got some heals coming up. Some heals, but also 3 spiders, 2 bandits, a flesh golem. Those 3 guys. Got 1 oblivion. Okay, it's almost dawn, so that will hopefully work well with the spiders. Oh no! No! Where did you come from? No! I need my explosive dawn ability against them, not you. Damn it. Okay, defense 3, regen per second 1, vampirism 8. Counter and evasion. More heals feels good. Defense to offset the loss of evasion. Slightly. I don't know. Then I'll lose the counter, which is all my counter. Give us 1 regen per second. That'll lose us 2.5. I'm just thinking whether if we equip both of these, we'd be in an overall better off position. So that would give us the counter back. And that would also give us the evasion back. Oh god, let's try and work this out. I should retreat before the flesh golem. Oh, really? Oh, oh no. You think we're in that bad a state? That's not encouraging. Okay, so hang on, what does this do? Increases our vampirism by 3%. And regen. And defense. We lose 6 counter 5 evasion. This gives us 6 counter 5 evasion. We lose 1 defense, doesn't matter. We lose 2.5 regen per second. Okay, so overall we lose 1.5 regen per second. But get 8% vampirism. And we get a bit more defense. We're losing 1.5 regen per second and we're gaining 3% vampirism. That doesn't sound so good. Okay, let's leave it. Too low for vamp to be a lot of help, okay. Only 20 to 30. Is that just because I've kind of got unlucky on the weapons? Like, so what's my weakness here? Attack speed not high enough? Should base damage be higher? Damage to all, pure damage. Yeah, I do. Okay, so attack speed. Okay, so 28% attack speed is good. Okay. Yeah, I mean weapons. I don't know. Then get a decent weapon. Okay, so just RNG then, basically. What if we could Oblivion this to avoid us having to retreat. Could also pop out another road lantern there. Oh shit. It's really weak for Leap 6 even on chapter 2. Oh dear. Okay. Alright, let's see how we do after we fight these two. Yeah, not great. Yeah, I can increase it with that at the loss of 1 defense and 2.5 regen per second. Is that worth it? The 1 defense I probably don't care about. 2.5 regen per second is painful to give up. God. I don't know. Even if we nuke that, can we beat that? I don't think I have yet retreated before being killed. When I've not been at the camp, I always push my luck and usually end up pushing it too far. You know what? Let's do it. Sneak that. And that would give us more vampirism, more regen. Oh, but we lose all of our counter. That would offset some of the loss of the regen from equipping that. What else had counter on it? That's got counter on it. But then we've got to lose more regen to equip that. I don't know. All the levels of those pieces of equipment is bigger. Doubling my damage would be fantastic if it wasn't already too late. Nonsense! Too late! No such thing as too late. Stage a last minute comeback. God. Yeah, if we equip all 3 of these, we lose 2.5 regen, which feels like a lot. But we gain... Oh, I can't even work it out. We gain 3 defense, maybe. We gain some attack speed. Probably gain more defense. Yeah. You're telling me that my attack is too low? Screw it. It's probably the worst move I've ever made, but go. Let's see how we do in this next fight. 362 going in. 347, got some mixed nuts. Let's put that there. Let's put the forest somewhere where it won't get burnt. Which would be where? There. Not getting through the goblins and the wood soldiers. Do you think I can get through the goblins? 7% evasion, 7% vampirism. The goblins can be hard. Yeah, last time I lost about 200 health on these two. We're gonna go for the goblins. We're gonna go for the goblins. Please don't make me regret this. Oh, okay, good. Survived. Helmet, retaliation damage, counter, regen per second. That's gotta be an upgrade, surely. We lose the vampirism. Gain the regen. Lose the damage to all, but we've still got damage to all. So yeah, I would equip that. But yeah, 197. We've got the slime fight. Hang on, we've got a slime fight. Right, so we can do that. Yeah, based on last time, these two will kill me. And last time I had two of these doing lightning strikes on them as well. So... Oh no, really? We're not gonna retreat? That feels so cowardly. It's probably the sensible thing to do. How much loot do we have? Is that a lot of loot? I guess that is a decent chunk of loot. We keep 60% of it there, right? Okay, yeah, fair enough. I think you're right. I think you're right. Keep 60% of all resources found. We lose all of these things. We lose our mixed nuts and our smoked ham. But you're right. We keep a bunch of stuff. All right, let's retreat. Let's retreat. And see what we can build. What is the thing that unlocks the bookery? Library. Okay. One of those things short. An orb of expansion. One more orb of expansion. God damn it.